setting up a Power Platform Center of Excellence from scratch.
So, Power Platform Center of Excellence.
It's something a lot of people ask about, and today we're going to walk through it step by step. Next up, now, what is a Power Platform Center of Excellence?
A Power Platform Center of Excellence is a team, set of processes, and technical standards governing how Power Platform tools get built and used across your organization. It is not a committee that slows things down. Done well, it speeds delivery by removing ambiguity about what is allowed, where apps should live, and who owns them when the original maker leaves. Mature COs organize around 4 areas. A COE with only governance gets compliance but no adoption. Only enablement gets adoption without control. Both must run in parallel. Next up, moving on to why Power Platform governance fails without a COE. Power Platform governance prevents your Microsoft tenant from becoming a digital junkyard. Without it, every team builds differently, data flows into connectors security has never reviewed, and Power BI reports contradict each other because 3 teams built the same dataset 3 different ways.
Shadow IT on Power Platform is worse than most IT leaders realize.
Unlike traditional Shadow IT, Power Platform Shadow IT lives inside your Microsoft 365 tenant.
The apps look legitimate, the flows use company data, and the connectors may pull from systems your security policy explicitly restricts.
Power Platform governance prevents Shadow IT through DLP policies, environment strategies, and approval workflows. None exist by default.
You have to build them intentionally. Our post on Shadow IT and Power Platform covers the specific recovery mechanisms in detail.
Now, how to set up a Power Platform Center of Excellence step by step. Setting up a Power Platform Center of Excellence takes 8 to 16 weeks for a mid-market organization, depending on existing Power Platform activity and how mature your IT governance processes already are. Before writing a single policy, know what exists. Use the COE Starter Kit admin dashboards or PowerShell to pull a full inventory, every app, flow, and connector in use, and who built each one.
Watch for these signals. Next up, let's talk about Power Platform ALM, managing your app lifecycle. Power Platform ALM is where most COs fall short even after governance is working.
ALM means treating Power Platform apps with the same rigor as production software, version control, deployment pipelines, and structured change management.
Each application needs its own environment set. Solutions move between environments using manual export and import for small teams, or Azure DevOps and GitHub Actions pipelines for anything more complex. Without this structure, testing means clicking through a production app and hoping nothing breaks.
We had a healthcare client whose Power Automate flow was modified directly in production and began routing patient intake forms to the wrong team. That is a real consequence of skipping ALM discipline.
Next up, now, Citizen Developer Governance, rules that scale. Citizen Developer Governance is the hardest part of a Power Platform COE.
The goal is letting business users build useful things without creating technical debt or compliance gaps. Getting that balance right requires specific mechanisms, not just a policy document on a SharePoint site.
One of the most practical Power Automate workflow examples for COE management is an automated approval flow for new app requests. When a maker submits via the COE portal, Power Automate routes the request to the relevant IT reviewer, checks proposed connectors against the approved list, and either provisions a developer environment automatically or escalates to a security review. Other useful governance flows. Let's talk about next up. What can you build with Power Apps and Power Automate? Power Platform covers more ground than most people expect.
Here is what each major tool delivers when used seriously, and where the important architectural decisions land.
The Power Apps canvas versus model-driven question comes up on every project. The honest answer depends on the data model and user experience requirements.
Canvas apps work best when the UI needs heavy customization, the app connects to multiple data sources simultaneously, or users need offline access on mobile devices.
Now, next up, partnering with a Power Platform development company.
At some point in your COE maturity, you face a practical choice: hire internally, upskill existing staff, or engage a Power Platform development company.
Most mid-market organizations do all 3, with the balance shifting as internal capability grows.
External Power Apps development services make sense when the app is complex, the timeline is fixed, and internal capacity is unavailable. Regulated data requires a security review built into delivery, or you need ALM pipelines your internal team will then maintain going forward. In-house works when the app is straightforward, the timeline is flexible, and you want to build internal capability alongside the project. The most common mistake is trying to in-house complex builds and producing slow delivery and technical debt, or outsourcing everything and ending up with a COE nobody internally understands.
Now, next up, conclusion. A Power Platform Center of Excellence is not a one-time project. It is an operating model that evolves as your organization's use of Microsoft tools grows. Start with the non-negotiables: inventory your tenant, define environment strategy, write DLP policies, and install the COE starter kit. Then layer on Power Platform ALM discipline, citizen developer governance, and Power BI reporting structure over the following quarters. The organizations that get this right don't try to solve everything at once. They identify the highest risk gaps, address them with specific mechanisms, and build internal capability alongside the work. If your team needs help with Power Platform governance, Power Automate consulting, or standing up a citizen developer program with proper guardrails, our team at Q Services works with mid-market enterprises on exactly this kind of engagement. The goal is a COE your IT team and your business users can both work with effectively.